Hey guys, what's up? This is your boy Rick Matsuko here, back again with a video on the journey to £1 million. And today's video is actually about, my first 10,000. I'm making this video, I'm in an hour about making this video, whether to do it or not. But I was really thinking, hey, you know what? This is a memorial, almost like a little bit of a Thanksgiving, because it's been a journey to get to £10,000 on my journey to a million. So it's been crazy, and I know a lot of people may not think that £10,000 is a lot of money, but for me, what it represents is far more important than what £10,000 is. It represents a change of mindset. I've actually changed how I think over the last few years, because 4 years ago I arrived in my city Derby with nothing. I arrived with nothing. I had no money. My business was bust. My marriage had broken down. I was in debt, in fact, so I was actually in negative. And I'd never known how to save money. I'd never ever had £1,000 in my name in the savings my whole life. And before that, I had a great professional job, and it didn't work. But I found this series of teachings on YouTube by a guy called Dr. Sandy Adelaja, and he talked about the laws of money. And even though the guy was a pastor, he talked about money in a way that was unlike anything else I'd heard in church teachings. Before, like, all I'd heard is like, give this, God will give you back, just so, like, give money that's uncomfortable, and God will miraculously give you back the money. And this guy was like, no fam, it doesn't work like that. You have to follow the laws of money. And one of the major things I've had to do is learn how to save money. So I started. See, for me, my thing is, I'd always needed to play games with myself. I like doing mental games. So I actually set myself little levels where I went, okay, my first step is to have £10 saved, and then to have £100, and then to have £1,000, and then to have 10,000, then to have 100,000, and to have a million. And at each level, I realized that I had to think differently. Dude, I saved my first £1,000. It took me quite a couple of years, because even though I had a good job and an alright job, but I kept spending the money. If I had the money in my bank, I'd look at it and go, "Ooh, this money's available," and I'd go spend it. I'd literally go spend it, and that was, come on, it wasn't working, and I literally had to play games and hack my own brain in order to, do right and actually have some money saved. So after many times, I realized that I had to trick myself, put the money away. So, for example, even though I say I have £10,000, but I don't have £10,000 in cash. I don't have £10,000 in any bank account. What I have is £10,000 worth of assets, investment assets, where I have already given the money to the companies that I've invested in, the people I've invested in, and they have the money. So I can't touch it. If literally I had no money to eat right now, I couldn't go get it, because the money is already locked up in a business somewhere. The money is working for me. But that's the way I wanted it to be. And yeah, it's taken me a long time. The first £1,000 was about learning, just pure saving. Just learning how to work, not spend all the money that I've worked for, not raise my lifestyle to spend all the money I worked for, and then save the money, put it away in a bank, put it away somewhere. The next from 1,000 to 10,000 though, that was change here, where I had to actually start working overtime so that I can actually start doing and getting more and actually saving more. I had to do, what I just told you, I had to do savings games, where 1 year I actually decided that on the first day of the year I'd save a penny, the next day I'd save 2 pence, the next day 3 pence, the next day 4 pence, until the 365th day of the year. I put in £3.65, 365 pennies, but £3.65. And at the end of that, you'll have about 600 quid. And sometimes, if you've never saved before, that's where you have to start. There's another game where you can put £1 in the first week of the year, £2 in the second week, £3 in the third week, £4 in the 4th week until on the 52nd week, because each year has 52 weeks. You're putting in £52, and again, that gives you around, I think you save around £1,300 by doing that. Little games like that, man. I literally had to trick my brain to change its destructive habits of just spending money, spending. And this payday just gone. I put some money away, and literally my investment pound got to 10,000, and now I'm going to 100,000. And I got to think, you see, no matter how much overtime I do, no matter how much work I do, just trying to say, let's say even saving £1,000, and I don't save £1,000 because that's too much, that's a lot of money. But let's say you were saving £1,000 to get to 100,000, you'd have to put in, 100 months. That's a long time. That's like 10 years. So you got to think differently. So this is where I already started studying investing. I learned some things from Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in the world, because for me, I love research, studying, and all this, and I've got a patient mentality. So I'm investing for the long term. Value investing is the way I do it. Many people do property. Many people invest in their own little business. Many people are salespeople, so they can sell a lot of stuff. I can't do that. I can't do an MLM business. I tried, and I went broke. Because I'm not a salesman, I'm not very good at that. However, what I am good at is using my noggin for studying and analysis. And that's what I've done. And, at the moment, I've got a couple of projects that are on the way that are literally going to accelerate how I'm going to go from 10,000 to the next level, which is 100,000. And then after that, from 100,000 to 1 million. So help me to be grateful, to thank God for this. And just to really just say, here's to the next few years, and we'll be coming back with another video when we get to 100,000. See you later, guys. Bye.